Okay, good day out there, wherever you are listening to this video in any part of the world. 11th September is today's date, and that is the day I'm making this video. And I'm doing this video, to remind every one of us that 10th September is actually the World Suicide Prevention Day. So that was held yesterday. This is something that actually, is very touchy for me personally. All right. We need to do more to reach out to people that might be going through certain discouragement, certain depressions. I remember some time ago, I wrote on my one of my social media pages that the world has more than enough problems. All right. Don't make it worse. All right. By adding to the pains of people. Virtually everything, everybody you're going to meet, all right, in your journey in life is struggling with something. It does not matter how highly placed, all right, that person may be. It does not matter how happy, how satisfied, how fulfilled, how successful that person may look to you outwardly. In the arts of arts, a lot of people are struggling, all right? In the corner of their houses, when they are all alone, then you see how vulnerable they are. There are people with silent tears. There are people with broken hearts. And when they come outside to face the world, they face the world with all that boldness and appearing as if they are actually on top of the world, whereas the world is crushing them. They are under heavy weights. A lot of people have died, all right, under depression. A lot of people have committed suicide because they can't take the pain anymore. But should people kill themselves because of any reason? Is there any reason in the world that can justify somebody killing himself or killing herself? I don't think there is any. All right. I don't think there is any. People have gone through a lot. If you see a lot of people that have succeeded today and they sit down with you and they tell you their stories, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. And because of the generation where we are, the times where we are, is a time for show off, is a time for you know, trying to make people believe, all right, that you are okay, you have made it, all right. So every success is amplified, every achievement is amplified. And so the rest of the world feel as if they are not there. You have nothing to post on Facebook as an achievement for the last 3 years. You have nothing to post on LinkedIn, all right, as a career achievement for the last 5 years. And you see people every day, all right. We just closed a $1 million deal. All right. I just got promoted in my office. I just bought a new car. And you begin to wonder, where are you? You know, recently I was listening to a message by Pastor Poju, and he was talking about, the way people give testimony, all right, as if, I was just meditating, and I just got a call, and that was it. God just did it. Then you have somebody that have been praying, all right, I've been doing 30 days fasting, I've been waiting upon God, I've been crying to God for mercy, all right, and that person hears that kind of message and say, God, who did I offend? All right. Pastor Poji was saying that particular case, he was aware of the build up to that breakthrough. So it wasn't as easy as the person gave the testimony or I was saying it. There was a build up to it. And so we have a lot of intimidations around us. We have a lot of things that can make us depressed. You have a lot of people on social media saying all manner of things, all manner of successes that I'm not saying it's wrong, right, to be successful. I'm not saying it's wrong to share testimony. But what I'm saying is that, there can be an unwarranted impact in that people may feel so belittled, people may feel so underachieved, all right? And a lot of time, a lot of people are going into depression when they look at their lives and they look as if they are not moving forward. But yet, does this still, justify suicide? Does this still justify killing oneself? One of my highest, all right, exposure or the knowledge of suicide that I have is about an undergraduate then at a polytechnic. All right, I read the story then in the newspaper quite many years ago, and I said he was a student and he was just basically suffering, no money, no sponsor, and basically living hand to mouth. And the depression was setting in. He has to read, he has to go to class, he has to, of course, expenses, expenses here and there. And one day he got tired, all right, and he decided to kill himself. And he did. Unfortunately, he successfully killed himself. What surprised me about that case was that around that time, one of his uncles just remembered him and said, "Ah, this guy that is in on the campus, how is he surviving?" And that time there was no telephone. It's quite a long time ago. All right, so there was no GSM. So the uncle now traveled all the way, all right, to the campus to come and see him, to give him some money at that time. All right. So it wasn't like now that you have all manner of money transfer options. All right. So the uncle had to travel to go to the school, and it was the uncle that came with the money to bail him out that actually saw his corpse. He just, that message really it stayed with me personally. All right. In that, if he had waited, if that guy had waited maybe just for 2 days, maybe even one day, all right, he will have seen that he wasn't forgotten. And I remember quite some time ago, I had, I read somewhere that we often feel forsaken, but we are not never forsaken. All right, you may feel abandoned, but the reality is that you are never abandoned. All right, you may not. It may look as if nobody can help you. Nobody, you've not called the doors. All right, the doors have not opened. All right, there's still one more door. All right. Perhaps you have not yet seen that door. Perhaps you are yet to have the revelation to know the door to knock. But definitely the opportunity is coming. And like I used to tell people when they lose opportunity, I said, look, this life is cyclical. All right. This life is cyclical. All right. So the fact that you miss an opportunity does not mean that that is the end of life. Other opportunities will definitely come. And that is why one must not give up. You must not give up hope. No matter what you're going through, no matter the depression, give it time. Give it time. You see, there's nobody in this world, I'm very sure of it, there's nobody in this world that doesn't have thoughts of suicide once in a while. Ask around. There's nobody that thought of suicide has not crossed his or her mind. In the world today, everybody, you face certain situation and you just feel like, well, let's just end it all. Everyone goes through it. But the difference is that not everyone acts on it. All right. So like one of my seniors or our senior pastors always says that look, a bird can fly over your head. All right. There's nothing you can do about that. A bird can fly over your head. There's nothing about you can do about that. But one thing you can do, you cannot, you have a choice, is allowing that bird to now place a nest, all right, on your head. That one you have a choice. You can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you have a choice in deciding whether a bird actually create a nest upon your head. That is where you have choice. So you can't stop bad thoughts of suicide from, all right, going through your mind, especially when you are depressed. But you have a decision to make not to allow that thought to linger. Thoughts are actionable, right? Thoughts makes us. Most of the time, what we do is engineered, all right? Well, virtually all the time, what we do is basically engineered from our thoughts, all right? So it's children that act impulsively. So he thought to just, enter a child's mind and say, jump. The child cannot resist that thought. That's why you need to have adults around children, right? So it's the thought say jump, and then the child will just jump, all right, because he or she cannot counterbalance that thought. But you as an adult or you as a growing teen, all right, you have that opportunity to say, no, I will not die. All right. Why would I die? All right. People have gone through all manner of ills and they survive. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, virtually all the elections that guy contested in his life, he lost it. He lost all the elections. And look, that man was destined to be president of America, even though he started out with repeated, as in certified failures. But he ended up becoming the president of America. The guy died how many hundreds of years ago, but still his name can never, never, his name is engraved in history forever. We're still talking about him today. All right. We have so many presidents after him. People have forgotten about them. This guy didn't live long, but the war, as long as the war remains, Abraham Lincoln's name will ring forever. And he's somebody that somebody will have called a certified failure. Now we are having all manner of cases, young people committing suicide. All right, adults, killing themselves over frustration. Life is tough. If anybody tells you that, all right, life is fun, fine, life is fun, but you see, in between to balance it, you must have the tough days. And the tough days are what makes you tougher to be able to survive, to make you to be able to, to be rugged enough to be able to survive whatever comes. And like he taught us, all right, if you want to grow in life, you are on one height, all right? You want to move to the higher height, all right? You can't jump from one height to another height. So what will happen? You have to descend from the height you are, go down through the valley, all right? Then you start climbing up again. Then at the end of the day, you're going to appear at a higher mountain top. That is life. So a lot of time, the tough times we go through are meant to prepare us for higher glory, for higher opportunities, for higher authority, for higher position. If you die in the valley, how are you going to see the greater mountain, the higher promotion ahead of you? Ask people that are very experienced in life. They will tell you that many of them, the hardships they went through in life, prepare them. When they got to where God is taking them to, that was when they now understood, oh, this is why these things happen. Some are being prepared for leadership tomorrow, and they are going to meet broken men and broken women. And because of your own past experience of brokenness, because of your own past experience of hardship, you are able to connect with them. You are able to speak into their lives. You're not just talking words of, you're not just talking motivation. You're not reading motivation books to speak to them. You're speaking to them from their soul, from your soul. And they will be able to pick it soul to soul. This person that is speaking, he knows what he's talking about. This person is worth listening to because that person has been prepared for that day. Who knows whether what you're going through today is preparing you for a higher position tomorrow? You can't jump from one peak to a higher peak. If you're on a peak, you have to come down, all right, to the valley, have a valley experience before you start rising again. Then at the end of the day, you're going to appear at the higher peak. I beg you in the name of God, nothing should make you to kill yourself. Nothing. Nothing should make you to kill yourself. Everybody is going to die. It's appointed unto man to die. So why will you not go through your course? I was reading about one man recently, and I'm sure you have heard about him, the iron lung man. That guy had polio at a very young age. And so from maybe like 3 or 4, 5 years of age, that guy was in an iron lung for through till death. Till death. And he did high school, all right? He went to school, he went to college. I think he even became a lawyer. This guy never moved from one position throughout his entire life. And he had everything he woke up, he still have a reason to live. You would think somebody like that, if he has for, what do they call it now, this mercy death, mercy killing, maybe you say it's justified. But this guy lived his life out. And today, people are celebrating his tenacity, his courage to life. All right. He became a qualified lawyer, somebody that did not move. He didn't move one day. Wheelchair cannot help him because he need iron lung to be breathing. It's the iron lung that was breathing for him, and he was there throughout his entire life. My God. And he didn't kill himself. So why should you? I'm not saying it is easy. Some people will say, you don't understand what I'm going through. Yes, I don't understand because I'm not going through what you're going through. But I can tell you for free that people have gone through worse. No matter what you're going through, there's somebody somewhere in one part of the world that is going through worse things. There's somebody that is even praying that if God can just give him the kind of problem you have, compared to what he or she is carrying right now, he or she will be grateful. That is life. That is life for you. And that is why you must have reasons to be grateful. You must have reasons to be thankful. And you must have reasons to be hopeful. All right. One of the former presidents in Nigeria, right, President Umaru Yar'Adua, there's one of his quotes that I love so much. He said, "Tomorrow shall be better than today." Wow. It's a strong word to keep people going. Tomorrow shall be better than today. It does not matter. You have to wait to see that tomorrow. If you kill yourself today, how are you going to see the better tomorrow that is ahead of you? My brothers and sisters, stay alive, keep hope running, and God bless you. Thank you.